Well, Aquarius, this month is all about intention. And believe it or not, a lot of people think karma has to do with action. And I say to them that, in fact, karma is more about the intention and the desire that you have. I'm going to activate this chart here to show you what I mean here. Some of your desires are not quite on target now. The combustion of Venus here in the third house, yes, nicely fortified by friends, maybe tempting you to do things against your better judgment. The reason I say that is because Venus for you rules your ninth house of principles. And when it's under the sunbeams, which is the ruler of this seventh house, you may be doing things that are more or less just to please other people at this time. Communication is the way out of that, and that's shown by the entry of Mercury here around the third and fourth into this third house. This third house is a house of communication, by the way. So the secret of understanding is, communicating your feelings and communicating your displeasure. If it's something you don't want to do, don't say yes. That is really contrary to, generating the right sort of karma that you want. This month really is about coordinating your thinking, your speech, your actions in line with that intention. What is the intention? That intention is important because you see here, the 11th house also has something to say about that, because that's your past karma. 11th house is your lifelong desires. Notice all of these planets here. You had the new moon here also. Well, you'll have the new moon here on the 12th. So it's showing that there's a need, but also the awareness of that need. There's two very different things there. One may need to do something, but if one is not conscious that that has to be done, nothing is going to change. Notice also Venus moving away from the sun, receiving in a strange sort of way the promptings of this south node in your 11th house. In other words, the south node or the past karma point is about the habits that have been ingrained. And so it's about breaking habits this month. We see here around the 15th, the movement of Venus into this fourth house. There's going to be a very, very dramatic shift from this third house to the fourth house. And there you have it. Venus, Mercury, and the Sun, bringing your attention now into the family area. The square of the moon on the 21st is very telling. There's a square there to Saturn as well. There can be a few hours of a heavy heart or heavy mind. Don't let those moods get you down. It improves there, as you can see by the blue lines. 23rd of April, nice aspects to all of these planets. We've got Mercury, then we're going to see it there, making aspects. Oh, it jumped past those. So, all things domestic, real estate, properties, any fixed assets are under the jurisdiction of this fourth house, Aquarius. So it could be matters associated with your car, purchasing a new car, adding to your list of acquisitions may be important. The Sun, it's not a well-known fact, but the Sun, as well as ruling your marital area, there's the full moon, took place on the 27th, and that's going to create a bit of a seesaw action between your profession and this domestic thing we're talking about. I'm going to stop this now, but I do want to keep talking for a couple of more minutes just on this breaking free of habits and the fact that we saw a new moon here in this area of communications, all these planets carrying across into a domestic sphere. And it's simply a question of not substituting that emotional fulfillment with things. The thing I'd digress from was the fact that the Sun rules the seventh house. The seventh house often has to do with change, journeys and travels, as well as the ninth and the third and the 12th house. So here the change may actually have to do with movement away from your home or reconsideration of the property or the residence that you live in, and maybe looking at something else. With such a large number of planets, there's some of you may be interested in upping the ante on your property portfolio, acquiring new properties as a as a means of investment. That's likely because you've got this North Node, the planet of big desire, which is stimulating and driving your karma in this fifth house of speculation. This fifth house is also to do with income from properties. It's the second house to the fourth house. So some of you may find it interesting to consider how you can earn money through these sorts of means. Mars in the sixth house, you're stepping up your work, but you must also be careful not to outshine your peers. That's just going to bring a backlash. Work in keeping with them, just contain your energy. And that also indicates an excess of digestive acidity, so take care with your diet. Go on over to astrology.com.au, that's my site. We have more on this. We've got the textual aspect guide there, which fills in a lot of the gaps that I haven't touched on here for the month of April 2021. Drop me a line if you'd like, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next month. Thanks, Aquarius. Bye-bye now.